We have a little bit of change of lifestyle news to bring to you. Today, we're going to catch you all up to speed on what the heck has been going on with us. We've had some major life changes happen recently that have significantly impacted our RV life. This is our last couple days of boondocking. Jason's work situation has changed, unfortunately, and it is totally cramping our style.
Cramping it.
So, basically, Jason's work has called him back to the office. He is no longer remote. RTO, return to office. So, obviously when you are an RVer, that is a problem.
RVer that boondocks primarily.
Yeah, that boondocks, exactly. The good news is they are being very flexible with his location. So without, I'm sure people can probably guess where you work at this point, but
probably.
Anyway, he is able to go to any building, and there are hundreds to choose from across the country. So that's the good news.
It's good news.
He just has to go to the office every day, which is the pain in the butt. That's the bad news. So what does that mean for us? That means that we can't be out in the middle of the desert like we always have been. We can't be in the middle of, we can't go to Moab. We can't go to just places that are just more rural, because those are the places that don't have a building that Jason can go to work to every day. The biggest change is we cannot boondock anymore. Well, we can, but we have to, the boondocking location, wherever we're parked, needs to be super accessible to a building so he can drive to work every day. Boo.
Boo.
So, what we have come up with and our plan at this point in time, subject to change, because everything in our life is subject to change. Our plan at this point is to spend months in places. And then that'll kind of give us more of a feel of the area and stuff too, because we've started to feel like 2 weeks in a location is a little bit fast. You don't really settle in, and
I miss most of it.
And Jason's traveling, a lot anyways, and still going to be, even though this returned to office, he's still going to be traveling 50% of the time, at least.
At least.
So, so we have decided that we're gonna do a month in an RV park, and then we'll move on to the next place and do a month there, and then move on to the next place and do a month there, etc. You get the point. And
it is what it is, but I think it's
roll
going
with
to be
punches.
an okay, it's going to be a good change. We'll still get some boondocking in, just not as much as we like.
No. Also hoping that what comes out of being a little bit more stationary is going to be good as far as just routine and structure. I think for both of us, but mostly for Jason.
Me.
After 2 years of boondocking and moving every 2 weeks at a bare minimum, you really lose a sense of just structure in your life. Huh?
Home.
Yeah, home. I mean, we always have our home with us, but you don't have a gym, you don't have, there's just a lot of things that like are unfamiliar. You don't know what grocery store to go to. There's so many things.
Be able to explore an area, or kind of plan to explore an area a little bit more thoroughly than I've been able to. A lot of my weekends have been occupied by moving.
Right.
So I'll get like a weekend somewhere after a trip, and then the next weekend typically is moving. So I don't really get activities or to explore on weekends that we're moving.
Right.
Being at a spot that's like a month at a time, then I at least get 3 weekends or so to explore, and then the evenings that I'm in town and not traveling, I get to do a little bit more, especially as the daylight lasts a little longer now that we're on the other side of December 21st.
Yay!
Yeah, that's good stuff. It'll be good. It'll just be a change in how we do things as far as boondocking. Boondocking's been fun. I mean, I really enjoy it, and I don't think we're gonna stop.
The biggest problem with boondocking is just that typically they're not accessible to town.
Yeah, yeah.
It has to be a boondocking location that's accessible to town.
I think Phoenix we might be able to.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of boondocking
On the
just
north
around
side.
the outside of town.
Yep. And anybody that has ever tried to book an RV park in Phoenix, if you're not 55, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
They are
Not that old
all
yet.
55 and over. Yeah. Haven't hit that milestone
We'll
yet.
have plenty of time for that one. The other positive thing is since we're moving less frequently, we're going to break the RV less. Well, the RV's going to break itself less. We don't break it.
I mean,
knock on wood.
we try very hard not to break it, but you're right, it does break itself. Trim pieces breaking off on their own while we're driving.
That's the RV throwing a fit.
Yeah. It'll be, I mean, obviously we have a tremendous added expense now of RV parks, which we did not have before. Bonus number one about our boondocking.
$1,000 a month on average.
Yep. So that's a huge bummer for us. And the biggest complaint we have about him having to go back to office. One of the frustrations I have found already in just a week or so of doing this is we only have one vehicle. So when he heads out to work all day, I am at home without a vehicle. So I can't get things like grocery shopping and everything else done during the day while he's at work, which is a bummer.
You know, I think it just means we're gonna have to buy that Suzuki Samurai for me to commute in.
So there you have it. Our life update. Some changes coming your way. Lots still coming from the Roaming Russells. We are not stopping RVing. We are just changing how we do it. So continue watching. It's just gonna be a little bit different and hopefully better, you know? I mean, that's what we're hoping for. Yeah, just being happier with how we have modified things to make RTO work for us.
This is a good a day as any to start the road.
All right, it's our last boondocking spot before we move into RV parks. Super, super, super bittersweet.
When the old one's gone under the knife, and I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon and the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, oh,
We got here last night and we are checking into Duck Creek RV Park in Las Vegas, and we'll be there for a month. So change of pace for us, definitely a bit of a difference as far as what we normally do, because we are solely boondockers usually. But anyway, so it should be interesting to see how that goes for us. We're not used to having neighbors, as you can see. The last time that we have this desert in our backyard for the foreseeable future. So